What's good, y'all? Welcome. How y'all doing? Y'all can call me just a Pats fan. And today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming 2025 Patriot offseason and how I think we should approach it and how I think we will approach it. To sum it all up, I'm pretty optimistic. I'm feeling good. I love having Drake May on this team. He's a big plus. I really like what he can do. I love seeing his potential. I think he's going to be a great quarterback in this league. I think he's going to be great for the team. I think he has incredible potential. I think he can do almost anything, it seems, from what I can tell, of course. But I really like him. I think he really gives the Patriots hope again. As a Pats fan, I haven't felt hope in a long time, at least since Brady was here. Every year Brady was here, I felt hope. But once he left, we kind of didn't have much. Mac Jones gave me a little bit of hope. Not much. I didn't really trust in him, but after that rookie year, I thought he could do something. But nevertheless, I'm not here to talk about Mac Jones. I'm here to talk about this offseason coming up. First things first, the new coach, Mike Vrabel, hiring Mike Vrabel. I'm very excited about it. I'm thrilled, actually. I loved having Mayo here. I thought he would do well, but clearly, I was wrong. And he still could be a good coach. I'm not 100% sure. But it didn't seem like he had that it factor. He didn't seem to have a coach mentality. He seemed to have a lot of ideas, not a lot of solutions. He didn't have the time management skills as well. A lot of missed timeouts, a lot of missed plays, a lot of penalties. It was just a rough first year, and I do wish we could have given him another year, but I'm thankful to already be moving, hopefully in the right direction, rather than waiting another year and throwing another year in the trash. So I'm hopeful for that. But with Vrabel, I think he looks like a true leader. He really commands the room. Every room that he's in, he seems to be that guy. He's got that head coach, aura, mentality. He seems like he's really got it. And I know all of the Titan players that he used to coach have nothing but good things to say about him, so I'm thrilled to have him in the room. I love that he's had an established career already, both as a player and a head coach. I know Mayo had a great career here with New England, playing middle linebacker, but he had never been a coach. He was just an assistant before this. But Vrabel, he's shown that he can do it on and off the field, which in turn makes me believe and trust in him, which I'm sure the players believe and trust in him as well. I love hearing that he wants to eliminate entitlement from the team. It does seem like a lot of players have a me-first mentality. Not necessarily in how they play, but it just seems like we don't seem like a team when we're on the field. It feels like a bunch of players on a field, not a team. And I'm really excited to see what Coach Vrabel can bring out of the players we have and the players that we will be having. I love that in his first press conference, he had a strong focus on fixing the O-line and a little bit on the wide receivers too, but he said a lot about the O-line, and I love that. The O-line was horrendous this year. Nothing against the players personally, of course. I'm sure they're great people. But man, they cannot block. I know a lot of the O-line was new. Some of them were practice squad guys. Some of them got pulled up game day to play, which I understand you're not going to be perfect, and I don't expect them to be. But we were not in a great position, and we need to fix the O-line, protect Drake May, give him time to throw the ball, and even to help Ramondre Stevenson, help the run game. Good O-line, good holes. You can do anything with a good O-line, in my opinion. It all starts in the trenches, starts up front. That's always been my mindset. O-line first, then we'll worry about the rest. Talked a little bit about wide receivers, too. I believe he said he wanted players with a good catch radius who can separate. And I love that. First thing first, in my opinion, is receivers that can separate. We haven't had that in a while. Pop Douglas looks good. He's solid. He can separate, but he's not really like a huge downfield threat. He's a little undersized. He's more of a slot guy. If we can get Pop an X and a Y, maybe, that'd be cool. I feel like Pop could be a lot better with two other solid receivers with him. He also mentioned something about A.J. Brown. He talked about him a little bit in a couple different shows that I've seen, but he did seem to, I wouldn't say hint at getting A.J. Brown back, but I know he likes him a lot as a player. He coached him. He didn't want him to leave Tennessee, and now he's with Philly, and it seems like he's disgruntled in Philly. I wouldn't say too disgruntled, but there is a chance that he could be out of Philly next year. And if there's a chance, I would like him to be in New England. I know he grew up a Pats fan, and he's an incredible player. Him and Drake May would feed families. And I would be thrilled to have A.J. Brown on this team. That's probably my number one wide receiver dream for this offseason. I hope we can bring in A.J. Brown. That'd be incredible. That'd be astronomical. And I feel like this is the first time in a long time that we're moving forward. I know I kind of mentioned this earlier, but with Vrabel in, it feels like we're really taking solid steps forward, or we're going to at least. I feel like our only steps forward so far have been drafting Drake and drafting Gonzo. Those are two stars that we can build around. I like them a lot, but we need more than that. Christian Barmore's really good. Jawan Bentley's really good. He's getting up there in age, I believe, from my understanding, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But now with Vrabel, I feel like we're going to be stepping forward, bringing in good players to fit around our two superstars. I feel like it's a great step in the right direction for the first time since Brady has left. So I'm excited. For the Patriots' upcoming free agents that will not be on the roster, won't have a contract for next year, out of the list of players that I can see in front of me, I wouldn't mind having Jacoby Brissett back, Austin Hooper. I would give DeMontre Jacobs another chance, at least as a backup. Ben Brown, the center, I'd definitely keep him around. Dietrich Wise, I would love to keep him around. He wasn't as impactful this season, but he's a captain. He seems like a good leader. I like having him on the team. Daniel Ekuale, I would love to have him back for the right price, of course. I know he's getting up there in age. And Joey Sly, of course, our kicker. I would love to keep him around too. But other than that, I feel like everyone else could walk. I'm not too concerned with it. I'm excited to see who Vrabel wants to keep, who Vrabel wants to get rid of, and who he'd want to bring in as new faces in this organization. Now for upcoming free agents, not with the Patriots. T. Higgins has always been the big name, especially in New England. We've known he was going to be a free agent for a while. Everyone's always talked about him. I would love to have him on this team. You have to pay him as much as possible. It sounds like give him a max deal. I'm not 100% sure I would want to throw him a boat full of money, but I want to see what he can do without Jamar Chase. That does concern me a little bit. Can he be a true number one for us? Because he's an incredible number two with the Cincinnati Bengals, but as a number one in New England with Drake May, and currently a pretty awful offensive line, if we don't make any changes, I don't know if that would really help at all. But still, I would love to have him in the room. I've heard Cam Robinson, the left tackle, I've heard his name mentioned a lot as someone who we could bring in to help this offensive line. I wouldn't mind it. I haven't seen him play a ton. I heard he got pushed around in his last game with Minnesota against the Rams. He kind of got pushed around a lot. But I would still take a chance on him. Anything is better than what we had last year. If we could bring him in, I would take it in a heartbeat. Josh Sweat is another name I've seen a lot as a defensive end. We haven't had any edge rushers for the most part. Our edge rush has been horrific, as well as our O-line. We have a lot of holes in this roster, and that's the beautiful thing about this offseason. There's not a lot we can do wrong. We just have to improve somewhere. And as long as we're bringing in a good player or good players in general, they're probably going to make a difference. I think Josh Sweat could be a big difference. We need edge rush. He would be super useful. I'd throw money his way. I've heard Dre Greenlaw's name a lot for someone we could bring in as a free agent this year. Linebacker. He's also looked really good. I like him a lot. And again, Ed, this is kind of how I'm going to feel about most free agents. Anything is better than what we had last year. So if they want to bring him in, if Vrabel sees something in him and he wants him on this team, absolutely, go for it. Sign him. Throw some money his way. Now on to the 2025 NFL Draft. The Patriots hold the 4th pick, sitting behind the Tennessee Titans at number 1, the Cleveland Browns at number 2, the New York Giants at number 3, and then us sitting at 4. When we had a higher pick, we were rumored to take Travis Hunter. That's who we were probably going to take. Top 3. The corner wide receiver combo plays both ways. I'm kind of glad we have the 4th pick, and I hope that Travis Hunter is taken top 3 so that we don't have to worry about it. I don't really want Travis Hunter. He could be an incredible player. He could be a great corner, could be a great wide receiver. Awesome. I hope he does incredible things. But that's not really what we need at the moment. We don't need someone trying to play 2 ways. And I wouldn't mind another great corner, but taking him top 3 or top 5 for a corner to sometimes play wide receiver, that's not necessarily what we need most. Seems like a great guy. Seems like a really good player, but I feel like we have so many other glaring issues that I feel like he wouldn't be best for what we need right now. On the mock draft, they have us taking Abdul Carter at 4, and I'd be very okay with that. Seems like an incredible edge rusher. I've heard this is his first year playing edge, rushing the quarterback, which is incredible for how he's done. So with more time under his belt, with coaching from Vrabel and from the Patriots, he could be incredible. I would love to take him. But again, we have other issues as well. You can't really go wrong with picking 4 or trading down and picking someone else. I've seen a lot about Tet McMillan. I wouldn't mind having him. My personal pick would probably be Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell, but I said that earlier. I feel like starting up front is always the right way to go. So if we could trade down, take Kelvin Banks, I would be thrilled. Get someone young, get someone strong to be here with Drake May for hopefully the rest of both of their careers. That'd be incredible. Keep Drake May upright. But other than that, like I said, I feel like we can't really go wrong. If we take Travis Hunter, if he falls to 4, go for it. I'm cool with it. I know he'll be helpful. I know he'll be useful on the defensive side and hopefully useful on the offensive side. Like I said, you can't really miss as long as we don't take a quarterback or a running back. I'm probably going to be happy with it. And safety too. Maybe don't take safety early. But other than that, go for it. I would love to have O-line, wide receiver, D-line, maybe linebacker. But that all depends on what we do in the free agency. Who we bring in, who we let go. So we'll see. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers. We'll see how it all goes. I'm excited to see what we do. Like I said, I'm very optimistic for the first time in a while. I feel like Vrabel will make the right decision. We'll make the right pick. We'll make the right signings. For the most part, of course, I don't expect him to go 100%, but I think he'll have some real hits. I'm excited to see what he does. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who would you bring in? Who would you draft? Who would you let walk? Do you have faith in Drake May like I do? Do you have faith in Coach Vrabel? Did you want to see Mayo another year? Did you want to see Ben Johnson as the next head coach instead of Vrabel? Have a wonderful day. Go Pats.